Welcome to the Short Term Rental Source podcast. It is our mission to help you learn how to successfully launch and self manage your short term rental with less pain and earn you more money. Enjoy interviews with industry leaders and musings about this challenging but fun STR life. Here's your host, Kim Fitzpatrick.
Hi. Okay, we need to talk door codes because if you saw one of my other videos where I said I got a 1-star review for not setting the door code for my newly pregnant guest that was super tired and grumpy when she showed up, and it was a rainy day and they had to sit in their car and wait, and they were completely unsure of if they were even going to have a place to stay. It started their trip off so badly, and I tried to be as kind and giving and helpful as I could for the rest of their trip, but I couldn't overcome that terrible start to their trip. I couldn't. I did my best. They were not happy, and it really put just that sour tone in their mouth that I couldn't get back. So door codes became a source of weakness that I had to do something about. I can't just sit back and go, whoops, I forgot, and I might forget again. And I have automated messaging that I use through Hospitable. It is so inexpensive and it saves me so much time and it keeps me so organized, and my communication with my guests flow at a pace that's natural and really great, and it gives them the information they need when they need it, and it's outstanding. I love this. I can't praise this enough. I don't know too many professional hosts that do not use automated messages of some sort, and most that I know go through Hospitable. So with that, I was poking around on Hospitable and like just refining some of my messaging that I was sending to guests and looking at some of the other features, because I keep hearing that people have software that will automatically generate those door codes for their guests, and I'm like, this is something I need to tackle. That this is now a priority, because I have known that software exists and I haven't pursued it because I was like, oh, I'll just put in the door codes, it'll be fine, I'll do it manually. Enough is enough. When you get a 1-star review, that is cause for action and cause for getting that figured out. So here is what I found, and it's amazing because I had access to it the whole time, which is great, but also I'm kicking myself that I had access to it the whole time. So I want you to know before you are kicking yourself that you have access to this too. I have Schlage Encode locks, which I love. I think they are amazing. They work so great. I have a Schlage app on my phone that I was manually setting the door codes at each location, and it works a lot of the time, but I have to remember to do it. And here I go to Hospitable, and there's a door code app on the program, and it already knows when my guests are checking in, when they're checking out, what their phone number is and their information is, because it links with the platforms that I list on. This is mind-blowingly brilliant. And all I had to do was integrate it. And at this point, I don't have to set a door code ever again because it's all done for me. And it's so simple. It took me 10 minutes of going, I think maybe this is a function that this program has, and I'm not using it to, and all of my door codes are set all of the time at all of the locations. 10 minutes, folks. 10 minutes from, I don't know, maybe this works, to, and it's fully functioning, live, ready to go. Why are we not using this? I don't know, because it was working until it wasn't. And so I always want to strive for best practices. We don't always hit that mark on every level, but we have to strive for best practices. And there is no other way to do this. You can't strive for being mediocre, because if you strive for mediocre and you fall below that, it's not good. It's not sustainable. Strive for best practices. aim to hit it, keep revisiting it until you do. So the door code app on Hospitable has been a lifesaver for me. I feel like it is just one less thing on my plate. I will tell you that at the beginning of every month, I would delete last month's codes. I would add next month's codes. And then as people booked last minute, I would just throw in that one more code. And ultimately, it was maybe a half hour, 40-minute process to manage all of the codes at all of the bookings at all of the properties. And that's for 3 properties. And it wasn't a lot of work, but if you get it wrong, it's really detrimental for your guests. And if you get it right, it just goes as it goes, and nobody's going to congratulate you and say, "Yay, you put your door code in." But it has to be right. It just has to be right, and it's super simple. So if you do not have automated messaging, if I haven't beat this into your head enough yet, get it, because it's not just automated messaging. You can help get those door codes automated as well. And we want to automate as much as possible. We don't want to be spending a lot of time on low level things. We want to be elevating our game and really thinking big picture and doing bigger, better things for our guests and being more to our guests than they were expecting. And they are definitely expecting the door code to work. And you can do that and check that off your list. And then you can you can level up your game, your hosting, your offering to your guests, all of the other things that we just need to be doing now. So anyway, automated messaging is more than automated messaging. Let's get those locks automated too. Get new door codes every time for every guest. Get them to turn on at the right time and turn off at the right time. Because every once in a while you hear horror stories of a guest not understanding which day was check-in and check-out, and they check in a day early and they walk into the home and there is a different family or set of guests in that home already that are very put off by a stranger having access to the home. You just can't have one lock for everybody. You cannot set it and forget it. You need new lock codes for each and every guest, and that is just the way it is. And if you're not sure what lock codes to set, certainly using the last 4 numbers of the guest's phone number is the easiest for everyone, because it can automatically populate on this software program, and the guest knows their own phone number. And ideally, other guests do too, or at least they have access on their phone to the person that has booked the place, so they can look up the person's phone number on their phone, and then they know the code. That is the simplest than a randomly generated combo, although you could do that too. But the last 4 numbers on the phone are a hit, and we don't want any problems like them not being able to get in or them being able to get in when they shouldn't. So let's streamline this. Let's keep it simple. Let's take it off your plate. Now I have 45 minutes in my week or in my month that I don't have to do lock codes for, and that feels kind of great. So anyway, I'm just so excited that I learned something new. It's always great to learn something new, and I'm glad to share it with you. And I hope it's helpful to you too. So get Hospitable. I don't even know if I have a promo code, or I can help you. I can certainly put their website in the description down below when you like and subscribe and do all those things you're supposed to do. But I just need you to have this so that you have access to such a great service. Do I need anything in return? No, I just need you to be awesome hosts and help your guests in a really great way, and make your own life easier and headache free. So there you go. Have a great day. Go get those lock codes taken care of.